Hi guys, and welcome back to Reed's Readers with your host, Clinton Reed. And as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm here to bring with you the Stephen King Happy Birthday tag, which was created, not invented, by Melissa at Nightfear, lovely woman who tagged me to do this. And I figured, because I can't remember, because today's Sunday the 22nd, his birthday was either the 21st or today. I can't remember, I was tired. And I've got my new Stephen King creepy shelf right here ready to go for Halloween. There's actually books behind. Like, let me show you real fast. Because I wanted to make it where I could fit all my books on this shelf, there's still books behind him. But I wanted to show all these covers because they are creepy. I love it. I got my... Where'd it go? Well, damn. Okay. I got my happy little laptop here that has all 10 of the questions, which are all Stephen King books. I've got answers for at least 8 of them. Which my stack of books is like right here below. Let us get into this and talk about some lovely books. Because we all know it's about to start to be fall. If this goes up the way it's supposed to go up, today should be the first day of fall. And the first day of the fall into reading-a-thon, hosted by me and Mel at Completely Melanie. Shameless plug. But yeah, let us get into the questions. We're going to go backwards, so 10 to 1 is how she did it. Number 10 is The Stand, your favorite apocalyptic book. I looked around on my shelves and I realized I don't think I've ever read an apocalyptic book. Or not one that comes to mind. So if you have any suggestions for a really good apocalyptic book that you think I will love, comment it down below because obviously I'm missing something in my life. I have dystopian, but none of them are post-apocalyptic dystopians. Like, Number 9, sorry. 10 was the first one now. Number 9 is Salem's Lot. Recommend your favorite vampire book. And for this, which should not be any surprise to most people who know me, I am going to recommend the House of Night series by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. First book being Marked. This is pretty much vampire finishing school set in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I'm from Oklahoma, so love, 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 love. This follows Zoe, who one day she gets randomly marked on the head and has 24 hours to get to the House of Night. Or she dies. She goes home, tells her mother kicks her out because she's married to pretty much the leader of the Westboro Baptist Church kind of thing in this world. She goes to her grandmother. And things ensue. And then she goes to the school, and things ensue. This is such a good series that I feel like everyone needs to check out. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a completed series of 12 books. But there is a spin-off series which they're currently writing, and I'm fucking here for it. Because we all need our vampires back. Don't you agree? Also, this is a very unique take on vampires because they worship the goddess Nyx, and some of them have affinities for different things like poetry or the elements or visions. Or one character in the series can shoot a bow and arrow and hit its target no matter where they are in the world, so long as he's thinking of them. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Next is the Bachmann Books, a great book underneath a pen name. And this isn't really me recommending the book, more so the author. I want to recommend Riley Sager, which none of us know who he is. All we know is it's a pseudonym, who has wrote 3 amazing novels, this being my favorite, The Last Time I Lied. You've got Final Girls, Last Time I Lied, and Lock Every Door. Sorry, brain. I highly recommend this one. This is my first introduction to him. This is his second novel. And this book follows a girl who, what is her name? Emma, who went to Camp Nightingale, where when she first went, all of her cabin mates just up and disappear, and no one knows what happens. So several years later, I think it's 15 years later, yeah, she goes back and she becomes a camp counselor when it reopens, and the cabin she's watching, all the girls just randomly disappear. The twists and turns of this book, I did not see any of it coming, and I just really, really highly recommend, because amazing, amazing writing style. So, next is It, your creepiest or spookiest read, or scariest, sorry. And I'm gonna have to go with the book that gave me nightmares, and that is book 2 in the Diviner series, Lair of Dreams. The Diviners are pretty much 1920s psychics help solve serial murder cases done by ghosts. And book 2, there's this thing called a sleeping curse, that you fall asleep and then the ghost sucks your soul out, which makes your body burn from the inside out. I had nightmares for like 3 or 4 weeks because of this book. But would I reread it again? Hell yeah, I've read it twice now. And I'm planning a reread of this coming up soon, because The Diviners is the book pick for the Back of the Bookshelf book club that me and Nikki host. We'll link her down below. Highly, highly recommend as well. Next is Misery. Who is your favorite author? And you know my indecisive ass here. I couldn't just choose one, so I chose my 2 favorite authors, a male and a female. Neither of which should be a surprise to anyone who follows me. If you're new here, hi. I'm very, very, very easy to pick out what I love. My favorite male author is James Patterson, and this happens to be my favorite novel by him, Invisible. And can y'all guess my favorite female author? She usually sits right up there. Adriana Mather, author of Killing November and How to Hang a Witch. Both authors have changed my life in so many different ways. James Patterson, discovered him back in high school, and then when I graduated, my grandmother gave me a huge box of his books, and I've been a fan ever since. And Adriana, I read How to Hang a Witch and then Haunting the Deep, and the community has become, this was my first introduction kind of into the book community and actually finding people who like things that I like and actually getting to meet her. And now I can call her not only my favorite author, but a friend, let alone someone that I hold dear to my heart, and that she's kind of like a sister and a mentor to me in a way, because I just love her. Which also, another spoiler plug, I mentioned earlier, the fall into reading-a-thon. This is the group read. Seems only fitting. But yes, I highly recommend you check out both these amazing authors. Next is The Dark Half, a book with a dark theme / character. Now, this is my favorite series. outside of the Diviners. This one, I literally just got the final book in the mail yesterday. Got it yesterday, and I can't wait to read it. And I have to wait till October. I almost want to throw it on as my yellow book, but I don't know if I can handle that. I have to recommend Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. Rest of the series being Hunting Prince Dracula, Escaping from Houdini, and the newest, Capturing the Devil. This follows Audrey Rose, who this takes place in 1888, the first one, and she loves pathology, and she wants to be a forensics pathologist, which is against the rules for a female to do that. And it takes her and the guy named Thomas Cresswell to figure out who Jack the Ripper is and stop him. And the books just keep getting darker and darker. Darker and lighter all at the same time, but this is by far my OTP of all time. I don't care what else. The only other one that matches this is Elijah and Samantha from How to Hang a Witch. But this is my OTP, and when I read book 4, if they don't end up together, or if one of them dies, I swear to God, Carrie Maniscalco, me and you are going to have words. Just saying. If you break my heart like that, I will be pissed. I really recommend this to everyone. Let me read the little blurb on the back. This is what kind of got me hooked. He murdered women in cold blood. He terrorized an entire city. He taunted those of us who hunted him down. But despite all these horrors, in the end, I could not deny it. I was the girl who loved the Ripper. Ugh. Such a really, really, really good story. If you want something very dark, with very dark themes. If you love the Diviners, if you love mysteries, you so need to pick up this series. Next is Cell, a book where technology causes problems. Now, this is the other one I had issues. I think I only have one book in this entire thing that even has technology being the main focus, and that's Ready Player One, and I haven't read that yet. So, I don't know if that causes problems or not. So, if you've got a good novel where technology causes some problems, link them down below and stuff, and let me know, because I'm open to trying new things. I sat there and literally went through all my books, and the ones that involve technology, to me, I don't see them as problems. So, yeah. I'm just skipping over that one. Next is 3, a book where characters fight for their lives. And I went a kind of an unconventional route with this, because not necessarily is she fighting for her life. She's fighting against how she got treated. But this is the only book that really stood out to me, and I really wanted to recommend it because Halloween's coming up and stuff like that. And we all know I'm the queen of witches here. And then I had to recommend The Bone Witch by Rin Chepetshu. I still need to read book 3, so I just might be doing that next month. I need to finish this series because I need to know how it ends. This is told in alternating timelines. You've got the present, where a bard is talking to Tia, and then you've got Tia telling her story. And this is about Tia, who accidentally brings her brother back from the dead. And she starts to learn that she's a bone witch, a bone asha. She can use magic and stuff like that, so she has to go off to the major city and start learning how to be an Asha and how to defeat these devas, because she's the one that keeps the devas under control and can fight them. This is such an underrated series that I feel like everyone needs to. It's Asian-inspired fantasy at its best. You say necromancy magic, and I'm kind of there for it. And they put the word witch in it. And let me read to you her dedication. Dedicated to the countless bowls of ramen who have supported me throughout this writing of this book, and have still continued to do so long after I was done. And also to Ramen Sentuka for supplying said ramen. She dedicated her whole series to bowls of ramen. And if that does not make you want to read the book, I don't know what else does. So, read it. Next is Needful Things, a book you truly needed in your life. And as I've been looking at this is the only light-hearted book on this entire list. But that is Red, White, and Blue by Casey McQuestion. Are we surprised? No. This book is about the son of the President of the United States and the Prince of England, with a really cute romance. And this felt like a warm hug that everybody needs, especially in today's political climate. If you have not read this amazing book, I highly recommend it. And I've decided anything Casey McQuestion puts out, I'm automatically buying it or pre-ordering it, not even needing to see what it's about. It's like I am with Carrie Maniscalco. New auto buy authors, because this just, oh my god, read it. And last but not least is The Eyes of the Dragon, a book where a character is lost but finds its way. Let me sit this down over there. Ew. Ew. And for this, I went with The Serpent King by Jeff Sedner. I know it's technically not exactly like the prompt, but to me, okay, this follows three friends in a small town in Tennessee. Dill, who's the son of a preacher a Pentecostal minister who urges him to handle poisonous rattlesnakes, who went to jail for having underage porn on his laptop, or on his computer, and Dill's getting blamed by his mother. Then you've got Travis, the boy who gets beat by his father because he likes to wear robes and read fantasy novels. And then, why did her name, Lydia. I was like, why did her name escape? And then there's Lydia, the #1 fashion blogger in the world. This is such an unconventional story. I didn't think I was going to like it, but this story, there was literally a part of this book that I had to sit the book down and I cried for hours before I went back to it, and then I cried for more when I finished it. This book, Dill, Lydia, and Travis are all lost, and they don't know what the future holds for any of them. And this is a story that I feel like everyone needs to at least experience at least once in their life. Thank you, Julie, from Pages and Pens, for introducing me to this novel. Because this is now probably in my top 5 favorite books of all time, which is really saying something coming from me, because I have a lot of favorites. But yes, just read it and you'll understand. And that, my dudes, concludes the tag. Thank you, Melissa, for tagging me in the Stephen King's birthday book tag. And I'm gonna tag 3 lovely people who are really big into horror and probably read a lot more Stephen King than me. I'm going to tag Nikki from I Read Past My Bedtime. I'm going to tag Cameron from Cameron Chancy, his horror channel. I don't remember how to pronounce your last name, but I'm tagging Cameron. And I think I'm going to tag Nicole from A Beautiful Chaos of Books. I will have all three lovely people linked down below, along with all the questions of the tag. And Melissa, if you're not subscribed to Melissa's channel, she's linked down below. Go check her out. She's phenomenal. And the next time I see you guys, it'll be fall. Oh my God, it's that time of the year. See you guys in the fall into Reading-a-thon. Boy. Oh, not boy yet. If you're new here, hit that thumbs up. And if you love this video, might as well hit that subscribe. You know you want to. And remember, kids, reading is what? Fundamental. And also, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus. See you next time. Bye!